Welcome to another roster review for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. Today we are going to be going over Talanasus SWGOH roster. If that's Russian, that's really cool. I wish I had a Russian name and could speak Russian. I'm really not feeling well today. Ears hurt, throat hurts, but I'm going to power through it. I'm just going to let you know that the video I posted the other day said, you know, go subscribe, support. I created a new channel. It's a vlogging channel. For those of you that just want to see more of me, go check it out. I'm leaving a link to the description in the description below. You know, not saying you have to do it. It's just if you want to, you know, have some fun, enjoy, have some laughs, go check it out. But we are going to be checking out this roster here first. And okay, he obviously looks like he knows what he's doing. He has revenue. He has a 2.9 million galactic power. He didn't give many notes, so to make this relatively quick but still in depth at the same time, I'm going to try to hit the major key points: raids, territory wars, grand arena, fleet arena, etc. Why do I just keep clicking on the same thing here? I lost my train of thought. We're gonna look at his fleet first. Okay, Houndstooth, the most important character right now. In the IG 2000, in the Xanadu Blood, he's working on getting to 7-star because that's those ships right there. The Houndstooth, IG 2000, Xanadu Blood, let's scroll down here, and the Slave 1 are needed to get the Millennium Falcon. So he's going to get it at a minimum of 5 stars, it looks like, because he has these ships at 5 stars already. And well done with that. And the Houndstooth is a ship he should be getting to 7 stars anyway, because it's fantastic in the game. It also looks like he's farming the Sith Fighter and B-28 Extinction Bomber, just as I told him he should. Maybe it wasn't because of me, but I'm doing it because I think there'll be a meta at one point in time. Again, the Houndstooth is the biggest thing to work on. He's obviously able to do well in ships. Let's just scroll down here and look at his capital ships. He uses the Chimera, I'm guessing. Well done. Now, there is a new meta some people have asked me to go over with Anakin's ETA Starfighter. It's Houndstooth. It's Umbaran Starfighter with a Mace Windu lead. I don't know enough about it because I don't run it, and I don't have all those ships leveled up, geared up, and I don't have the characters geared up or leveled up, and I don't want to spend the resources on that right now since I am able to compete in the top of my fleet arena. But eventually, when I get done with that, I will definitely let you guys have a look and let you know my opinions on it. So now into the inventory. Okay, we're just going to look through this first. Does he have the Hero's Journey characters? Well, he has Jedi Knight Revan, Rey, and Commander Luke Skywalker. All 3 in a row. All of them have all 3 Zetas. And Gear 12, Gear 12 plus. So really, you can't complain about anything there at all. That's well done. He's obviously got that aspect of the game mastered. And then somebody asked me the other day, what Zeta priority should we do for 3PO? Well, you want to do the oh my goodness, I think that's the Zeta one first. You want to Zeta that first because that, the wait for me is the other Zeta, and that only works or helps if you have R2 in the lineup. There's a lot of C-3PO lineups that don't involve R2. So probably want to do this one last because you'll be using him in a lineup that isn't R2 based later. So well done with that. He has 3PO. We're just going to look through, again, it's easier to do this if we go through each faction. The Bounty Hunters, Bosk, Boba, Jango, well done on Jango, very impressive. IG-88, Dengar, and he has that Zeta on Bosk. It better be the leadership ability, well done. He can put a really good Bounty Hunter team together here for Grand Arena, Territory Wars, if they don't, you know, like, I don't know, remove the characters that you're able to use. That's a story for a different video. I think that's the most frustrating thing in the world. All the hard work that I do farming characters is nulled because somebody doesn't put the time or money into Revan that I do. I don't like it at all, and I'm going to be very honest about it. Clone Troopers, nice. He has them all at 7 stars, but Echo, they might get a rework at sometime soon, hopefully during the Clone Wars. Droids, R2, both Zetas, excellently done. BB-8, 1 Zeta, C-3PO with a Zeta. Good, he has Grievous. He's going to get a rework at some point in time. I mean, we keep talking about that. We keep, you know, and otherwise he has all of them at 7 stars except the IG-100 Magna Guard. Maybe they'll get a rework too. Well done with droids. Again, if I'm not as enthusiastic in today's video, it's because I'm just really pushing through this because I need to get it done. I need to get it posted. I promise you guys I would. He has Empire characters, Vader, both Zetas, Thrawn with the Zeta, Palpatine with the Zeta, and then he has Tarkin, TIE Fighter Pilot, Death Trooper. When I see these characters, I see those top 4 right there. Vader, Thrawn, Palpatine, Tarkin. Then I start to look at the Imperial Troopers, because that's a very underrated squad. I guess I shouldn't say it's underrated, just not a lot of people have it. He has General Veers. If you're looking to put a Zeta on somebody, think about that aggressive tactician Zeta. Very good. He has Shore Trooper, Death Trooper, Snow Trooper at 7 stars. Probably want to get him leveled up. And Stark, I'd take him to 7 stars if I were you. Eventually, the cult following a Range Trooper, which I am slowly starting to farm now, you're going to want to replace Shore Trooper with Range Trooper. And you'll have a great Imperial Troopers team. Great in all aspects of the game. So well done there. Ewoks. Obviously, you have good Ewoks if you're able to get 3PO to 7 stars. Gear 12, you have a Zeta on Sherpa. Excellent. Gear 12, Elder, Wicket, Paplu. Probably to complete the team for a great Territory Wars and Grand Arena team, you're going to want to level up low grade, get him to 7 stars. I don't even have it done yet. Just saying. That'll probably help you in the long run if you're looking for more teams in Territory Wars and Grand Arena. By the way, I said the word wars too many times in like was it 2 videos ago, and the video was not monetized right away because they had to check it over because of language. So I guess I used the word W-A-R-S too many times, so I got to be more careful about that. I said territory, W-A-R-S, quite a few times. First Order, he has Kylo Ren with the Zeta on it, the original Kylo Ren. You know, for where he's at with almost 3 million galactic power, he has most of these characters to 7 stars. If I were him and First Order was somebody you'd want to focus on, definitely put a Zeta on Kylo Ren Unmasked, and then get First Order Executioner to 7 stars and level him up. I'm actually doing that as we speak. I have him at 7 stars. I'm leveling up and gearing him up. So you can run a Kylo Ren Unmasked, Kylo Ren, First Order Stormtrooper, First Order Executioner, First Order Officer. There's a few good teams around there that you want to run. First Order Officer is actually somebody that I've learned from you guys, my fans, that is important to have because of the advantage he continues to give. Okay, Fleet Commander, don't need to look at that. We'll look at the Galactic Republic. You obviously know what you're doing here. R2, 3PO, Grandmaster Yoda, full geared, nicely done. General Kenobi, Jedi Knight Anakin. Again, I have him at Gear 12, and I got him there because I'm going to start working on his ETA fighter. For some reason, iTunes just opened in the background of my computer here, so bear with me as I close it, and I hope the whole system doesn't crash. Because my computer is getting really slow. I really need to work on getting a new computer, but that takes time, money, and hard work, so I'm going to be doing that. Barriss, 7 stars. Probably a Zeta you could throw on her eventually, but not a top priority right now if you don't have her. You obviously came to the game before Rex was part of the meta because you don't have him leveled up, I'm guessing anyway. He was a pretty important character to have for a certain amount of time, but it looks like you know what you're doing there. Geonosians, you have them all at 7 stars. Well done. Pure Troopers, we went over. Let's look at the Jawas. All at 7 stars. Jawas are a faction that I'm starting to slowly... I had him leveled up, geared up, start up when the mod challenge is required to get crit damage mods, you needed the Jawas. So I had worked on them then. But to have a certain team to use in Territory Wars and Grand Arena, which I'm saying over and over again because that's kind of the new aspects of the game, which are fun, I'm going to start slowly gearing them and leveling them up. Again, they're not going to take huge priority because I have a lot of ships to go through, but slowly but surely. Jedi, we looked at some of these in the Galactic Republic. Again, the character that, and you have Hermit Yoda with a Zeta on it, and Ezra with a Zeta on it. Well done, that makes me so happy because I'm not the only Ezra lover in the game. The one character that I hope and pray gets a rework is Mace Windu. And when General Grievous gets a rework, I hope that within a month or 2-month period, Mace Windu gets a rework too, so we can see how that works. That would be amazing. When you look down here at Juhani, it looks like you bought the pack to get her to 4 stars. Make sure you farm her to 7 stars as soon as you have the chance. Your Night Sisters, better than mine. You have a Zeta on Asajj. I have one on her. I have it on her Rampage. You have it on her Leadership. And then you have Mother Talzin Zeta as well. Very well done. Probably is going to help you in the Sith raid when we look through these teams for the Sith raid here. 7 stars, 7 stars. You've spent some appropriate time on that stuff. Jolie with the Zeta, Bastila with the Zeta, Bastila Shan Fallen, you have to 7 stars. Well done. I don't even have her at 7 stars. T3, Zalbar, Mission, Canderous, Karth, and Juhani. Those are the characters you're going to be wanting to farming right away because they're obviously going to be needed for something. We just don't know yet. Is it Darth Malak or is it Darth Revan? Phoenix, the old standstill, strong, you know, cement faction of the game. You have them well enough to get them to, most of them to 7 stars. Sabine, if you have some extra time, maybe get her to 7 stars because I'm going to start, when I get my Wampa Zeta and the new character that come out Zeta, and I'm actually going to start putting some Zetas on Phoenix because I feel like it. Some people might think that's dumb where I'm at in the game, but I love Phoenix Squadron as the Star Wars Rebels TV series was my favorite, one of my favorite Star Wars storylines ever. And because I liked it so much, I want to make their squad as powerful as possible. Bite me, okay? It's my channel. I'm actually going to enjoy that. CLS, like we looked on Rebels, you have Chewie at 7-star, gear 12. Definitely think about putting a Zeta on the Loyal Friend. Going to help you in the long run against Traya teams, and more than that, you have Han. You have a Zeta on Jin, which I don't. Well done. Definitely going to help you use that Baze and Chirrut team in 3v3 Territory Wars and Grand Arena. Otherwise, yeah, almost all of them to 7-star except Lobot, which he has a cult following as well. I don't have him. I have him starred up, but I don't have him geared up. Scarif, Rebel Pathfinder, Captain Han Solo, and Fulcrum. Fulcrum is a great character. Maybe you want to spend some time on her. Your Resistance characters, you have JTR, you have R2, you have 3PO, you have BB-8, you have Scavenger Ray and Resistance Trooper 2, 7 stars, which means you're going to be able to absolutely dominate in the Phase 1 of the Heroic Sith Raid. So very well done with that. You have Dread Training Ray, R2-D2, BB-8, Scavenger Ray, Resistance Trooper. Maybe if you want to replace Scavenger Ray with C-3PO to give that a shot. We'll see. Rogue One we looked at in Rebels. I'll just pull up here again. A POW for a Chex Mix team if you want to get him slowly but surely leveled up to get that Phase 3 team of the Heroic Sith Raid in. Scoundrels, where's your Kira at? That's something I'm interested in. Kira, my Kira. Am I going blind? Nest is at 6 stars. Well done. Maybe you want to get her leveled up, put a Zeta on her. She's going to help you in the game tremendously. Trust me. Here's Kira, 7 stars. I'm going to start slowly work on farming Kira as well. And you obviously have a great team here that you're able to run with Chewie, Jango, Boba, Boss, Khan. It looks like you probably run Dengar and IG-8 as your other 2 bounty hunters. Bounty hunters are a faction that I've made videos on before. I just made a how to mod video on them. Good faction, but what's actually fun about them is you can diversify your lineups. You know, if you like Cad Bane, put him in there. Is he as good as some of the others? No, but you can run a bounty hunter faction squad to your liking. Bosk is usually the best leader. And good job by not putting Zetas on Jango, by the way, like I did. Separatists, again, there's really not much to it right now. So save all that up. And don't put any on them until you absolutely need it. Let's look at the Sith. Nihilus with 2 Zetas, Vader with 2 Zetas, Scion with a Zeta, Palpatine with a Zeta, Traya with 2 Zetas. Well done. I knew you had definitely had that going on. You have a Zeta on Savage and Sidious. Wow. Well done. Well done you with your Sith team. When I look at this, I'm like, maybe I should put a Zeta on these characters. Then I remember that I don't have many Zetas. So let's just go back. We're going to go back to the general roster again at the very top here. And looking at, you have a Phase 2 Heroic Sith Raid team. Heroic Sith Raid is kind of the team. If you have teams for them, you're going to have teams for the Rancor and Heroic Rancor and Heroic AAT Raid. So you have a Phase 2 team. You have a Phase 1 team. Let me look at your Chex Mix team. You have CLS. You have Raid Han. You have Chewie, which you can use as well, by the way, to fit in there. You had POW, 7 stars, as long as you get that offense up, in my opinion. And then, I know I looked at the Imperial Troopers, I just want to remember again. And you had Death Trooper at 7 stars. Well done. So you're going to be able to have a good Chex Mix team. Obviously, it looks like you'll be able to score decently high. And then, you had a Night Sisters team for Phase 4. So your Heroic Sith Raid teams are set. You had Ewoks. You have, for where your roster is at, 2.9 million, you have farmed correctly. You have farmed well. Scrolling down, let's see if there's any characters maybe that you... I think Kylo Ren and Mast and General Veers would want to be 2 Zetas if you're not, you know, spending time on to think about. Because I'm going to look... And you have Wampa. Wampa, you got to 7 stars. Seriously consider leveling him up, because I'm leveling him up. I'm 30 shards away from 7 stars, and I will get those completely when the next territory battle is over here, so I can't wait for that. I just put a Zeta on him. Your roster is very well done. For 3 million galactic power, you get an A. A+, actually. I'm going to give you an A+. Should it be an A? Somebody mentioned the other day, why does it require Revan to have an A or an A+? It's just because he's the most dominant character in the game, but you do have a good point. If somebody's ready for Revan and doesn't have them, can I still give them an A? Yes, I could do that, thinking about it more and more, because you have some good factions around here. I'm guessing you've won all of your Grand Arena battles if you haven't strategically screwed up like I had the few times. But now let's look at the mods of your characters here. And Revan, you have a speed set and a crit chance set. What's your speed? 279. Crit damage of 150. Let's look at just the mods individually. You have a 15 speed here. I'm just looking at speed to make it quicker. 16 speed because that's the most important. 16 speed. 10 speed with a health primary. 16 speed with a health primary. 32 speed with a primary of speed. Here's the deal. What I do doesn't necessarily mean you have to. I know you're probably thinking speed is the most important thing, which it is. You have a more survivable. I would put a crit damage mod in the primary and offense mod in the primary of the triangle here, and I definitely put an offense mod in the primary stat of the cross. Again, if you don't have those with good speed, I see what you're doing. You want speed first, but I like him to be able to deliver a little bit of extra damage, especially when you have Grandmaster Yoda being the real big-time damage dealer. You want to be able to have a little bit more damage done with Jedi Knight Revan as well. Because if you use Grandmaster Yoda to a Traya team that has Nihilus and he gets annihilated and can't be revived, sometimes that Nihilus can be hard to take down with the other characters because Grandmaster Yoda does a majority of the damage. Now let's take a look-see at Grandmaster Yoda. You have a crit damage and crit chance set on him. Well done. Speed of 247, crit damage of 180. Let's look at these mods here. 14 speed in the cross. No speed in the diamond. Okay, I know you want to get a set. I would recommend speed. 5 speed in the circle. 16 speed in the cross. 13 speed in the triangle. And 30 speed in the primary. Now, here's something you can think of. I need to go in here and I want to look at your absolute 5551. Let's scroll up again here. Is your damage. Mine can get to like 63, almost 7,000 more. If I were you, and you have some good offense mods laying around with better speed, put an offensive mod set on Grandmaster Yoda instead of a crit damage set. Put an offensive mod set. If you want to keep an offense here in the primary of the triangle, fine. I like to put crit damage. Somebody asked me, does it matter when you're working on special offense? Something I have to research. But I would put offense in the primary stat of the cross, and get an offensive set for him to raise his offense because he's going to be doing more damage. It's definitely going to help you do massive amounts of damage in the Heroic Sith Raid Phase 2. I'm not saying you can't do a ton now. I'm just saying it's going to help you even more. So definitely think about getting some mods, an offensive mod set with a crit chance mod set or whatever other way you want to go, and raising his base offense stat, which will be his special offense because that's what he uses, and going from there. So decently modded there with Yoda and Revan. I'm going to give it a B. We'll look at General Kenobi. You have a full defensive set on him. Well done. Speed of 135. That's okay. I know that's really slow, but I run my Kenobi really slow too. I have him with basically, I want all that protection. I want all that extra health, defense. You have good protection and health there. Defense, potency, you could have better secondary stats in this mod, but I understand what you're doing. You want to get that set. Well done here with protection, health. In the cross, you have a tenacity. Now, here's the deal. Using him with a Revan team, I don't think this tenacity mod is necessary. I would give him a health, protection, or defensive stat in the primary. I find my General Kenobi not getting many debuffs because I'm getting some bonus tenacity. I'm able to cleanse all the time with Revan and General Kenobi. I don't think the tenacity is necessary here. If it works for you, great. I'm guessing it does. I just think you could make him a little more survivable without having tenacity there. I see, you're not too concerned about speed the way it is. So find a defensive mod, even if it doesn't have any speed. Get some extra protection, health, or defense in that one, in my opinion. You have crit chance here in the triangle with a 4-dot mod, a complete waste. Just being honest, you don't need crit chance. You don't need to worry about his damage output whatsoever. He's there to be able to eat damage. So get a defense, get a protection, get a health mod on here, and in the primary, and get to a 5-dot mod somehow. This crit damage, I know you're probably thinking, I don't have any more. I wanted to get a complete set. Honestly, getting a protection of 23.5% with a health mod and not to have that extra complete mod set of defense is better in my opinion. So definitely want to change that up. And then you have crit avoidance, which is actually fine. If you want to keep crit avoidance here, that's actually, it's an underrated stat. I put protection there, but you can't go wrong with crit avoidance either. So General Kenobi, you know, definitely consider getting him out of the tenacity in the cross, getting him 5-dot mod that isn't crit chance in the secondaries, because that primary stat there is going to help you become so much more survivable. Bastila, let's take a look at Bastila. You have a speed set and a potency set. Well done. Let's look at her speed, 162, and a potency of 23.64. Zero speed, zero speed, zero speed, zero speed, zero speed, 30 speed. I don't agree with this necessarily. If you're going to put a speed set on her, you're going to want to have some speed secondaries. Now, you may not have the best mods. You maybe haven't farmed them well. That's fine. Completely understandable. I would just want her to go a little more. You're going to want to spread the rally to Grandmaster Yoda. You're going to want to be able to debuff. What am I thinking here? Dispel. Thank you. Dispel and potentially stun the other characters. You want her more than just a placeholder. If you have health mods to give her more damage, or geez, I'm trying to speak here, to be able to allow her to take more hits, maybe give her health mods and try to get her speed over 200, in my opinion. That's the way I do it. It works very well for me. So definitely think about that. Maybe put a speed set on her that actually has good speed in the secondaries. Just an honest opinion here. Make her faster. General Kenobi, speed isn't as important. With Bastila, the rest of these characters, you want some speed. And really, if you're going to put a speed set on her here and not have any speed in the secondaries, that 162 speed really isn't that big of a difference. You know, definitely put some other mods on her that have good speed secondaries if you can get a full health set, a full potency set, etc. Again, I put full potency set on her that has great health, great protection, great defense, and I get her potency up to 95. And she's able to stun quite a bit. Even if it's not necessarily necessary, it's a good mod set that I use. She can stun. That's how I enjoy doing it. So definitely want to consider remodding Bastila there. And then Jolie. Let's take a look at Jolie. You have speed and health on him. Very, very good. Let's see. Her speed on him is 203. Not bad. Speed secondary of 9, 15, 11, 9, 7, 30. Okay, the speed's actually decent. This mod right here, if you're trying to complete the speed set, I understand, but crit damage for him is meaningless. It's just going to hinder you because you're not worried about him doing damage at all. He doesn't deal much damage. You want a health mod here, a protection mod here. Well, and that's, I always got to remember here when we look at his things. Ally for 30% of Jolie's max health. So since he's healing based upon max health, put a health mod there. A health in the primary, some health in the secondary, some defense protection. You want Jolie to last. You want him to become survivable so he can continually last throughout the battle, so he can continually use his that looks pretty bad to revive people even when he's the only one standing. So that is very important. That crit damage mod does nothing. I understand you're probably doing it to complete a set, so you can think about that, but definitely crit damage, any offensive mod statistics for him are not important at all. Deal physical damage to target enemy and recover 30% health. This attack deals any damage. Reduce the cooldowns of Jolie's other abilities by 1. See, it's just not important. Crit damage is not important at all for him. So your mod on him, your mods, I'm going to give you about a C because you could go faster. So looking at your entire roster, well done. You know, you're in an A+ territory. Mods, you get about a C. Again, I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to sound harsh. I'm trying to help you out where you are at in the game, and modding is definitely something you can look at to get quite a bit better at, and it's only going to help you. If you want some individual help with mods, just message me on Discord. Send me some screenshots of the mods you have, of the mods you're thinking of putting on them, the mods you have on the characters, and I'll give you some help. Especially, you're a Patreon supporter of mine, so that is my job. It's to help you out. But, you know, honestly, we could get quite a bit better at mods. But that's the fun thing. You always are looking to improve in the game. And if you were perfect at the game the whole time, you know, it wouldn't be as fun if you didn't have something to strive for. I mean, winning is always fun. I want to win all the time. 24/7, 365, winning will never get boring. But again, when it comes down to it, we like to have things to work on, and definitely I can help you out with your mods. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please smash the subscribe button, like the video, click the notification bell so you can be alerted to all videos that I post. Also, leave comments in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me on my critique of his roster? Here's the thing. I have I think it was 182 roster reviews to do, and I don't want to become overwhelmed. I've listened to a few of my comments, a few of my Discord servers, so I'm going to be posting 2 to 3 roster reviews a week. May it take a while to get to you. Yes, I apologize, but I want to not oversaturate the channel and make everybody bored of what's going on. I want to still post roster reviews to help people out, but then continue to post great content the rest of the time, so I hope you're okay with that. I'm leaving a link to my Discord server and Patreon page in the description below. Make sure you check that out. Otherwise, peace out, and may the Force